years, and that's their right to have a say in what happens in their territories. They need your help. So by all means, buy the beautiful book. $25 of that is going to go to this cause. But go home and think about it, and think about what more you might be able to do. Because they're fighting also for your future, for your coast, and for all of these things. I just came down the coast on Friday. I've been up there about 5 months on Achiever, our research vessel. The last 6 weeks was the most emotional of my life. I had the enormous pleasure of spending a week with my beautiful niece here in the Great Bear Rainforest, playing with a spirit bear, beautiful spirit bear mama, had 2 black cubs. Fabulous, friendly encounter with a humpback whale for 40 minutes who came and said hello. In the last couple of weeks, we were working on a fin whale research project up in that area. Storm after hurricane force winds after storm smashed onto the coast. And we sat helplessly listening on the radio as the Simashire was drifting ever closer to Haida Gwaii, to the west coast. I know that coast well. It's wild and jagged and rugged and spectacularly beautiful. But also at this time of the year, I was just absolutely outraged when I heard the Assistant Commissioner of the Coast Guard state that, well, at least it's a good time of the year for it to happen. There's not much going on up there. It's a time of the year when there's so much happening. The humpback whales are getting ready to migrate back to Hawaii, and they're getting into these large social groups, and they're starting to practice their mating songs. So when we hang the hydrophone down at night, it's like a full orchestra all night long. Groups of 70 to 100 fin whales at a time, slashing through these huge shoals of feed. Arctic loons by the thousands, commandeers, the fathers and the offspring swimming to California, teaching the young ones to fish. It's all happening at this time of the year. What Lynn said about doing this for the kids. We do this for our kids, but there are these other families on the coast. This year there seemed to be, for some reason, an extra abundance of bear cubs. Many of the mums had 3 cubs this year. Humpback whales, there seemed to be more calves than ever. It's not just our children that this is about. It's also the children of the other families that inhabit this coast. All of the wildlife, all of the birds, the fathers of the murres swimming to California with their young babies, the humpback whales, and the calves that have just will now swim back alone to Hawaii. All those families need your help too. There's no doubt in my mind that we came very, very close with the Simashire. We relied on the system that has been in place of mariners helping each other out. There was no system in place. There was no response possible. It was the grace of God that turned the wind the other way and blew that ship offshore. We can't count on that. We need to fight this, and we need to stop this. And these beautiful people in these little communities on the coast, for whom this is not a recreation, this is their life. This is the whole sustenance of their culture, the sustenance of their day-to-day life. Depends on us, and we depend on them. So, of all of the things that I think you can do, potentially, to stop this pipeline, I believe that this is probably the strongest and the smartest thing that you can do. I don't think it'll fail. I really have a great deal of confidence in the court challenges. I don't believe that we'll wind up having to stand on the line. If we do, that's my next step. So, thank you very, very much for coming out tonight. Thank you, May, for putting this on, and for all of the other fabulous talent that's dedicated so much tonight. Thank you, so much for being here, and thanks for what you're about to do. Thanks a lot.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
So much.
Thank you so much.
There's an echo in
There's an
here.
echo in here. Wasn't I supposed to say all that?
Was I supposed to say
all that? That was not rehearsed. Yeah, that was, if that doesn't move you, what Brian just was telling you, I don't know what will. So, here we have May, Les. Who else? Jamie, Clark. Do we have Rick?